It's a dilapidated place, but that mural looks really nice.
Oh, those butterflies look like the stickers.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, like those window stickers. Alright, we've arrived in yet another dungeon. It's been a while since we've been inside one. This one's called the Barren Temple, and we're gonna see if we can find the prince who got lost inside here.
It's nice to see a dungeon which has sun shafts coming through, and it looks all bright and well. It actually looks quite impressive looking at the environment.
Yeah, it does. It's impressive architecture, especially considering it's so far away from the town. Like they would have to ferry all these building blocks here.
You would have to, all those rules and facade.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can imagine that would just be the worst. Yeah, you're right.
All that paperwork.
What was that supposed to mean?
Warnings. I'm not gonna heed that. Let's just see if we can just get to the end of this room.
Oh, look at this for a puzzle.
I guess we'll have to play by the rules.
So the thing about the Barren Temple is that it's sort of like a puzzle/challenge dungeon.
I like that we have to play by the rules, or else the game penalizes us.
Yeah, or the powers that be of this temple, I guess.
It's like no wonder why the people of Facade follow rules so closely. Probably because they're they know that if they try to break the rules, they'll just get teleported somewhere and they'll never come back. Maybe
that would be terrible.
That's so rude of the game.
So yeah, at the start of every room, you get told, like, very cryptically what moves you can't use. In this case, it was just jumping. So you can't jump or else you get sent back to the start of the room. And you also can't get hit by anything or else you also get sent back to the start of the room.
So it's canon now that jumping is called leaping rabbit.
No, that's just like the weird riddly way that the voices of the temple refer to it as.
Makes it sound like a cool martial arts move.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
Do the leaping rabbits.
Or like a martial arts stance.
And the crane poke.
Yeah. And the goal is, of course, to destroy the big ping box at the end of the room.
Ooh, okay. That wasn't too bad. That was a nice start.
Yeah. They're actually... It doesn't really ever get really, like, difficult at all, and you'll see why pretty soon.
Devoting yourself to the rules.
I wonder what this missing prince is like.
The man is tasked to protect his people, and yet they toil to save him. I think that tells us everything we need to know. Just a foolhardy band of rescuers, don't mind us.
Someone's here?
God, I love Wise in this game.
I wonder how, as soon as this is the prince, I wonder how he got lost, like, so close to the start of the dungeon.
Nice bells.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my god, I love bells.
Where did you come from, boy?
Huh? But you're just a kid. Huh?
So that was our introduction to the Prince of Facade, and the reason he got taken away was because the rule that gets dictated in this room was that you can't stand still, which is what he was doing.
Well, that was unusual.
Come on, let's go save him.
By all means, let us go save the rulers of Angel Bison.
I like how they get teleported back. Because for us, we'd only get, like, a black screen, but that looks like fun, being able to be carried back.
That is, yeah, what happens to you canonically when you break the rules.
So the princess. So it looks like the prince has been trying to escape, but
yeah, he got stuck. I guess he got locked inside of the room
because he was heading back the other way.
Yeah. Well, getting locked in the room is what happens once you enter it, and then until you finish the puzzle, you can't leave. Which I guess means that ever since he was gone, he's been running circles in that room until we got to him. Because otherwise, he would have already gotten carried out.
Man, I can relate, but when I'm only deep in thought or I'm on the phone, I cannot stop moving at all. So I'd probably be like a shoe-in for that room.
Yeah, I get that.
God damn it! This shit's starting to piss me off!
Kaine does not follow no rules.
Nope.
She rebellious.
What in the... Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
I always expect the cube to turn to like the side with the circle on it before the light comes out.
I assume
Yes.
we'll have to find her as well.
Yep.
Boy, we're doing great so far.
Nier's so done with this. He's just so done with all of this stuff that just keeps on happening.
So, you can just defend against the magic orbs, but it's not super useful because while you're doing that, like, you can't move forward while you're getting hit.
Yeah.
So you just kind of... You stand around for a bit, and then you can just slowly inch forward while holding the block button.
So you can't run in here, nor can you use any magic to absorb these.
Exactly. Or destroy the boxes, for that matter.
This is gonna be a hell of a room.
Yeah, well, I don't know if this is what they want you to do. I assume it is, but this, as you can see, beyond a certain point, this starts to become absolutely unbearable, so we're gonna actually not do this.
Nope.
Because we can jump again. That was just the restriction for the first room. That was the only one where we couldn't jump.
I see.
So doing this is a little tough because you have to restrain yourself from moving too far before you jump.
Oh, will that be, because that will count as running?
Yes.
Oh wow, so... I see, so that's the more creative way of solving the puzzle. Maybe
Yeah.
it is. And it doesn't seem like that was the actual intended way.
I don't think so, because there's a puzzle coming up that you can solve similarly that just basically completely skips it. I think it might be this one. Yeah, it is. You'll see.
Well, with all the changing rules, I imagine it would get quite confusing as to which rules are in play and which ones aren't. And you keep thinking to yourself, oh, I can't jump, I shouldn't jump, when you can.
Well, every time you get sent back, the rules get spelled out for you again.
Oh, now we can't block. These cryptic hints are, they could use some work, I think.
Most of them are pretty obvious, I think, with a few exceptions.
Yeah.
So for this one, what I think you're supposed to do is you're supposed to push that one out as far as possible and then make a big jump and a roll at the end.
Ah,
but you can
okay.
just do this.
Wow, good job.
Yeah,
So much for sliding block puzzles.
I know.
Thank goodness we don't have to deal with those.
Not yet, at least. One other thing that I don't think you'll ever really get to see in this video, but if you stand around on one of the blocks that spew the magic bullets for about a second, they blow up.
They blow up.
Yes, and then after like 2 or 3 seconds, a new one spawns in their place. And you can also destroy them, and then the same thing will happen, and one will respawn in a bit.
Right.
So it can help a little bit, but it's not really ever... It doesn't... Like, that's never part of the intended solution.
It's just a way to help you out a little bit, I guess?
No, it's just a thing. It's just there to stop you from, like, standing around too long, and then being able to defeat them is just, I guess, a byproduct of them.
I see, okay.
This one could be interesting, I think, if the room was a little bit longer and it was a bit harder, but it's actually, like, really simple.
Yeah, when all these types of puzzles where they have, like, kind of like a bullet hell sort of thing, there's always an easy path to take, so...
Yeah.
It's never always as bad as it looks.
I think these could be really good if all of them had more restrictions. But as it stands, you have too many options to just completely break these, to the point that
Yeah.
I almost find it hard to believe that the designers were so naive that they never noticed any of these easy solutions.
Also, you missed that shiny thing earlier.
It's okay, it's just a random pickup.
Unforgivable. That could have turned into some great potion.
Oh no.
This madcap barrage of rules shows no signs of slowing.
Stop talking, Weiss. We're gonna mess this up again.
The masked people certainly do enjoy their rules.
What a pain. Whoever came up with this system must be soft in the head.
Dude, you can't say that anymore, Jesus.
NieR is so unpolitically correct.
God. I mean, he is old, so it's not that surprising. That's what we call a character flaw, people. That's good writing.
I feel bad for Grimoire Vice because I swear to God I can identify so much with how like annoyed he gets over this. It's just the way that he sounds when he's annoyed is just like Yeah, I've been there, man. I've been there many times.
Yeah, well, I think his narration implies that these puzzle rooms are a lot more insidious than they actually are.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, the amount of exertion that you have to do in real life, this probably is a lot harder for them than it is for us.
Yeah, I guess so.
From the back, it's easy to say from the back of your TV screen.
I guess you're right, especially in this room where we keep having to spam the Dark Blast to get these things down.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how much power Grimoire Vice really has. It must get tiring having to use all that magic points.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Where's you down? Where's down your pages?
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen old books? Those things, huh? Actually, to be fair, I love old books. Yellow pages.
There is something nice about that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That smell.
Oh, we didn't mention it last time we were in this section, but 2D platforming, sorta, just a little bit.
Takes me back. You can never escape 2D platforms.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, actually, we're about to escape them right now, so...
Well, that's good, that's good. Back to the plain old reality that is action platformers / RPG elements. Oh wow, this is nice.
Yeah, we finally made it back outside, although there is one more room we gotta get through before we reach the end.
I could spend a lot of time just admiring the scenery in this game.
All the indoor areas look really cool, I think.
Yeah.
Outdoor areas are a little plain, but all the buildings look cool for the most part.
I think it could be quite hard to actually design an indoors with architecture to make it actually look good.
Yeah.
A lot of video games usually make them look quite samey.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most egregious example I can think of the back of my head is the front of my head is Final Fantasy X-2, but
Oh, I haven't played that in so long, I can't.
oh, it's got some really repetitive indoors sections. But anyway, continue.
Oh, but this room is like probably the most interesting just from a pure challenge perspective in the whole area because we can't dodge and it's just a big combat room.
Oh, okay, so that's interesting.
And you know how reliant we are on the dodge move in this game, so yeah.
So instead we just gotta counter everything.
Yeah, or just like jump around. This is a new enemy, by the way.
Yeah, this is a new enemy. Who's this dude?
Yeah, don't see much of this guy. He's just like hourglass hand guy. He only really has one attack. It's making those like spikes come out of the ground. Except he does different versions of it, so different amount of spikes come out.
I bet he looks kind of cute though with those eyes though. Aww.
He has a silly head. He has like the tiny head coming out of his chest, and that's always cute.
Yeah, and he's got like those two dot eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Shade. Carrying a complex machine.
I'm not sure, but is that the first time we've seen a yellow pickup?
A yellow pickup?
I don't think it is, but it's the first time I've mentioned it, so I guess I'll say that means it's a rare pickup.
Oh, okay. That can be used in crafting, or?
Some of them can, yeah.
Huh. That's cool.
And let me tell you, being a rare pickup in this game means something, because even some of the regular pickups get very uncommon. Let's just keep it at that.
Does it take away at least 2 days of grinding?
100%ing this game takes more than 2 days of grinding, I'll tell you that.
Uh-oh, save point. Here we go. Time to get serious down here.
Yeah, with this long hallway, you know something's about to go down.
Where are we?
It's an odd place, to be sure.
Really does give me Legend of Zelda temple vibes.
Oh yeah, totally.
I suppose that was to be expected.
Yep. I'm just another day, normal day in the grave of Grimoire Vice.
Hey, we found him.
Whoa, let's go grab him and get out of here.
Yep.
Did the block really take him that far back?
Yeah, I don't know what this block's doing. Or maybe he's trying to, like, I don't know, drown him in that quicksand, maybe?
Well, that just won't do.
That mewling child is inside. Without any rules to bind us, we are free to unleash the entirety of our powers.
Less thinking, more killing. I like it.
So this is the boss of the Baron Temple, and it's called Shahryar. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's the name of the king from Arabian Nights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's a pile of blocks.
It's just a pile of blocks, and even though it looks like mad lame, I actually think it's a really cool boss because this is really where the bullet hell elements of NieR start to settle in.
Oh, we're gonna get some bullet hell elements now?
Yeah, this is where like the endless shooting of magic pellets becomes an actual challenge rather than something that's just kind of there and an element of enemies.
That's cool. It's a very much different from what we've seen before, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So the goal is pretty obvious, you shoot the orange magic cubes. If you also hit some of the regular cubes, like alongside that, they'll shoot out the invincible black pellets.
Ah, okay.
And when the blocks are blue and you hit them, obviously nothing happens.
How difficult? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you can carry on.
No, I was just gonna say, does it get quite difficult to dodge these at some point? Because
yes.
right now it's not seeming too bad.
Now it's getting pretty bad.
Oh yeah, it's starting to speed up a little more now.
You'll see that I jump around a lot, and that's because sometimes when you turn around, you might have seen it already, NieR does like this quick stopping animation.
Yeah, I noticed.
And that's when you stop, and like, sometimes you'll just trigger that on accident. And I really don't want that to happen, so that's why I'm mostly rolling and jumping around.
Okay, so there's specific tactics for dealing with this bullet hell.
Yeah.
You get the hang of it once you play enough.
This last ring, by the way, can get a little annoying because sometimes the pink block can end up in a, like, it keeps switching which one's pink.
Oof.
And sometimes the pink block can end up, like, just being in the back over and over and over again, and that's really annoying.
Yeah.
But we pull it off, so...
Okay, so that's the first stage of the boss, but it's not over. It's nowhere near over yet.
Yeah.
Oh man. I think this is quite creative, actually, for
Oh
a boss.
god, it's Doshin
Wow.
the Giant! He's here!
It's literally
Here
wow.
to kick your ass.
That is amazing.
I know,
It's just a square.
I love it.
It's a collection of quadrilaterals. I love it. Wow, this is probably the best boss I've seen in a long time.
I know, this is such a great boss.
They say the best bosses are simple. The best designs are simple, not too complicated, not too much going on. And I think Yoko Taro took it one step beyond in this case.
The only way this could be more simple is if they didn't have the scary faces on the inside of the blocks.
A million scary faces cannot detract from the most terrifying thing of all.
Yeah.
Just staring at this body, which is... It looks like a work-in-progress model, but it's not.
Yeah, it looks like something you do test animations with or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay there.
We got some help.
Care of this
Yep.
loser.
I don't know why Kaine isn't imprisoned by the block thing anymore.
Yeah, what happened? I guess she's just so, like, she swears so much and she's got so much attitude. She just
They
gets
got
out
sick
of
of
it.
her.
Yeah. Breaking so many laws of etiquette that he just lets her go. I'd be intimidated by that thing if I couldn't
Yeah, right?
stop looking back. Like, if I look closely at it, it looks quite intimidating, but then I step back a little more and I just see the square head and...
If you can't see the weird Dune worm faces, it doesn't look scary, but when you're close, it's a little like,
Exactly.
I figured you'd come back.
Don't get all weepy, okay? It's not like I was searching for you.
Though you were seemingly lost.
Fuck off, book.
So here I decided to make Kaine active instead of just having her stand around because I figured that'd look weird. But actually it ended up being a bit of a bad decision because she starts attacking some of the regular blocks and then the bad orbs come out.
Kaine does
Like
not
there
have...
she goes.
Kaine does not have our level of strategy that we have.
No, she doesn't.
I guess that's kind of in-game makes sense. Wow, this is becoming like human Tetris now. What's going on?
So this final phase of the fight really sucks because it starts hitting you with these lasers.
Yeah.
And these lasers move around, like, really erratically, and I can never, like, recognize their tells for when they're about to come for you and hit you.
So there can be times where you're just aiming and it just fires at you.
Well, even like that, it just came from the left, and I didn't know to expect it.
Yeah.
And that's basically all there is to this phase of the fight. But one last thing is that the song that plays during this fight is called Gods Bound by Rules, and it's one of the few boss themes that isn't shared with any other boss, you just hear it here. And it's a really good song too, so I figure for the rest of this fight, not a lot of interesting stuff happens anymore. So we can just be quiet and listen to this jamming track. And with one last Grand Lance, we put an end to the boss.
That's grand.
Yeah, eat it, cubes.
Yeah, we just destroyed Facade's god, probably.
Well, it would
job.
It was probably bad.
Probably bad. There were shades in that temple. I guess we can justify that.
Yeah.
Plus, it was going to kill the prince.
Yeah, it was shooting the bad orbs. No good people shoot those orbs. By the way, you were mentioning Zelda earlier.
Yeah.
I get a lot of this in a second.
Wow.
He got the thing.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know.
カイラムユリズサラと王たちカイザムセとベルア
カイザムテサラとユートシーヤトトンサトチウシレグエシタラタラタイツーグコスキサオサラエオシエテキッタペルアカイザンアサキカエサラトアヤーリアトルールータタユリタサチヨーリョ
カイラム
押してキルタチエクグギリスアーガイウカヤーリカイザムアーチエテスレタだそれでカイザムチタレル
シロンデクカイラムカイザムヨーリ
ウラコトサラタインタゾスローであったペルアとカイザンセテ鉄砂漠ゴレトリオーリ
I appreciate the offer, but I'll have to pass. My wish, well, it kind of has to take care of itself.
コーサアンダラレルソデーより
I think he just gave us an order.
A new wish. Fine. I want you to make rule 0. And it's going to say that if people don't like a rule, they can vote to change it.
A splendid idea.
ヨーリサロ
エルパチタ
ペルアトルトシオンジワクエタイペルアトタトだアンダーサンキトチチチテトヨーリョエオカイザムサラトアシエテキッタコスキウカアエテスレタだ
Thanks, but I think you're forgetting someone.
ケワタタ
So how about that? We saved the prince, we got a new sword, and we brought democracy to Facade. God bless America.
Finally, freedom and excellence along the land will start to occur.
You bet.
And we'll erect mass capitalism along Facade, and it'll all be great. There'll be McDonald's in every street corner.
So, the thing about the language that everybody in Facade speaks is that you can tell that the voice actors that speak all the, like, Fasadese characters are, like, clearly Japanese because they speak with Japanese intonation.
Yes.
But the language is, like, it's not Japanese, like an amalgamation of Japanese, like, sort of just straight up the words in Japanese and then the syllables thrown around a little bit.
Oh.
Which is, I think, which is always a good way to make a fake language, because it's really easy to make not Japanese sound real, but it's a lot harder for Western languages to do that.
Yeah, Japanese is quite unique in that respect because the way it works is that it's like every single letter is a syllable, so you can just change them around and it works pretty well.
Exactly.
It sounds like a fake language. It doesn't sound like Japanese. Meanwhile, in the other languages, it's a lot more difficult.
But even then, there's another fake language that they sing in the that they use for the song lyrics, and that one sounds pretty good too. Even though that one sounds more like a Latin offshoot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This game has a lot of creativity towards it. I appreciate that.
It does.
Sure, why not?
Just try not to get yourself kidnapped again, hmm?
And guess what? Even though that enemy didn't really look like a shade, we still got a sealed verse out of it.
I'm starting to think that these sealed verses aren't really sealed at all, and they're just milestones.
Could it be?
I'm worried about Yona. Let's go back.
So we didn't end up getting a cure to the Black Scroll for all our hard work, but let's quickly take a look at all the other stuff we got.
Yeah, we got a wall.
And we got Dark Wall, and even though it's one of the final sealed verses in the game, it's pretty bad, actually.
What does it do?
It stops projectiles.
Oh.
It stays up for a really long time, so it's useful for certain parts of the game, but honestly, it's just kind of
Well, that blade is pretty neat, unique. I like that.
Yeah. Moonrise, does really low damage, or sort of low damage, but it's decent because it's a very light weapon, which means it swings really quickly.
Huh.
So you could still make use of it, and it's not too terrible.
But Rebirth is... Oh, you meant Rebirth. You
I
said
meant
Moonrise.
I keep mixing those up. The reason there was that fade is because I accidentally went to the Moonrise tab instead of the Rebirth tab.
Amazing. Yeah, it does look like a moon though, so I can see the confusion. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like it. Rebirth looks like a cool sword.
It's a cool one.
Yeah. It's like, the curved swords in the Arabian or the Ottoman style, but...
Yeah, taken to the extreme.
Take it to, another level.
Yeah, it's worthy of a king.
Yeah.
And now that we have saved the prince, we're allowed to commit commerce with the people of town. We can buy yet another sword.
Commit commerce?
Commit commerce. And this one is actually a reference to something from Drakengard.
Oh, cool.
It's the Earthworm's Claw. And this one's actually, it's pretty bad because it's really slow and doesn't do that much damage.
Yeah.
But it's one of the weapons that has a really interesting upgrade path that we'll look at eventually.
Made from the fossil of an ancient beast.
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough for now. Let's head back home, see how Yona is doing.